pint that. Right. Cheers. Hi, I'd like to introduce you to a pub game called SHOVEPENNY. Not Shove Ha'penny, SHOVEPENNY. It's a game that's played mostly around the Hastings area. As far as I know, I don't seem to remember it being played anywhere else in the country, except maybe once in Stamford in Lincolnshire, or in Rutland, sorry. It's just a hinterland around Hastings, and unfortunately, like all other pub games, they're dying out. Hence the reason for this documentary film about the game. The history of the game is a bit shrouded in mystery. While there is a lot of information on YouTube about Shove Ha'penny and its origins, there's virtually nothing about SHOVEPENNY. But it's a far superior game to Shove Ha'penny, if I may say so my own self, because the coins are slightly larger, which gives you more control of accuracy, and it makes the game much more enjoyable. In the video, we'll be talking to various team members. One will discuss the board, the table. Another one will discuss the coins and how you make the coins. The third one will discuss the very important position of the chalker and his role in playing the game. And there will also be somebody who will explain, Ian, who will explain the tactics of how you play the game, what the nuances of the game is. And then we'll have a general banter discussion. And then finally, the last bit of the game will be a whole game which will take probably about 20 minutes, but I really wanted to show a whole game in its whole process. And then that will be the end of the video.
What do you want to know? Right.
Okay, I'm Martin Blackman here with me, a seasoned carpenter and a seasoned shove player, and he's going to talk about the SHOVEPENNY boards they're making and just general discussion about them. So Martin, what's the best type of woods?
The best I would say mahogany would be the best.
Well, South American mahogany.
South American, from the Brazilian mahogany. This is what I think these are made from. At least that one, it definitely is.
That one is as well, because that's my
Brazilian mahogany, which was enormous trees, mahogany trees, obviously.
Yeah. And why is that? Why is mahogany best? I think oak's okay as well, isn't it? Mainly
because there's not much grain. It's got a lovely flowery grain. You can see.
Yeah.
In there, it's got it's called a short grain. Very short grain. It's quite consistent. It's a very stable wood. It's not susceptible to movement from heat and moisture.
So what wouldn't be good?
Wouldn't be good would be probably pine. Materials like pine.
What's the reason?
Which are susceptible to twisting, warping, heat, shrinkage.
Yeah.
Whereas also this is very stable, and mahogany doesn't shrink either.
Yeah.
Very much. That's why it's perfect for. It's a furniture wood.
Yeah.
That's why. It's totally stable.
And like with the shove boards, is there any particular size? Or?
Well, there doesn't appear to be a particular size. The most important thing, I think, they appear to be 2 inches between the lines. Appear to be 2 inches.
The beds. That's the beds you're talking about.
The beds, yeah.
There are 9 beds.
There are 9 beds, yeah. And they appear to be generally around 2 inches.
Yeah, but it's not completely set in stone.
I don't think so. No.
So it can be a little bit less, a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but
not much.
I would say as a standard idea, it looks like around 2 inches. They seem to be those boards.
And how would you go about making, like if you had a piece of wood, how would you go about sort of getting that smooth surface?
Well, the first thing it need to be probably somewhere between 3/4 of an inch thick, and sometimes it might be a piece of sawn wood, which you need to take to a workshop, a joinery workshop or something, to either go through a big planing machine wide enough to take that sort of board. Because ideally, the other thing, if you can get a piece of wood in one piece, that is the ideal. You don't really want to be joining pieces together. It's better if you can find it. Therefore, generally, that's why you need old wood.
And like if you had a machine shop, a carpenter's machine shop with large band sanders.
Sanders, yeah, we could go through a belt sanding machine to actually thickness it down to the right, a constant thickness over the whole board.
So if you didn't have, like, if you just had the wood and you hadn't had access to a carpenter's shop, how would you do it yourself? How would you smooth it off yourself?
Well, I can remember what I did with mine. I think we did. It was actually, because it was a piece of furniture, it was reasonably smooth anyway. And what I did, I went over it with an actual hand plane, a very fine wood plane, set to really, really fine, as sharp as I could get it. And I went over it with that first, and then I used a thing called a scraper, which is just a piece of flat metal made from like an old saw blade or something like that. You just make a burr on it, and you just scrape it like that, and it takes off almost such a lovely fine finish. It takes it.
And how long would that take? You know, like ages.
Ages, yeah.
You really, that's the thing about. That's one of the things about SHOVEPENNY. You have to have shape. You have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah, you do.
With playing the game, with getting everything together.
And it's also worth putting the time in to make a good board, to get the best finish you can get on the board to start with. And I think you can probably use like what we call embry cloth or the finest 00 paper to get it as absolutely smooth as you can get it before you start playing pennies. And then
So how would you go about scoring? Because there are 9 beds, and if you can see the lines that demarcate each bed, where the object of the game is obviously to get 3 pennies in each bed in any order. But how would you make those lines accurate so that they're straight? And
obviously it needs a bit of time actually setting out the board. The width, obviously, because you've got to set out the width for which looks to me as if it's almost square. That seems to be 2 inches square for where the chalks go. I would say you're going to need 2 ways to do it. You can either use, I think most of it must be done with a metal straight edge and a craft knife, like a blade, sanding knife, to cut the lines. Be very careful to set it out, set the whole thing out first by measurement, and then just get straight edges between, and just because you don't want to make a mistake.
You don't want to make a
and
mistake.
And it's dangerous with the steel knives. So, and the other way, I think, I did mine, was with an incredibly thin, it's called a dovetail saw, tiny, really thinnest blade I could get, which I think I ran up along a piece of straight edge.
So how long is the saw then? How long is it?
That was quite. It had a handle on it.
So once you get a groove, once you get it next to the
but you've got to be careful with the depth. You've got to make sure that you get the strokes are just even strokes. That you don't take not too deep in one place or whatever.
And then how would that leave a burr that you'd have to polish off?
Then you would just maybe scrape it again afterwards. If you get in there, it might bring up a slight line there. Same with a knife. A knife will bring up like a kind of a burr on the edge, if you want.
So again, it's that scraper.
It's that scraper again, or really ultra fine sandpaper or sandpaper, whatever you want to use.
Where would you get a piece of wood?
So that's the tricky thing, because you need to. I mean, obviously these boards are all quite old. So they've all been.
Well, I know
when there was more access to exotic hardwoods, American hardwoods, like Victorian furniture, and that's where I.
So where did you get yours?
I got mine from. It was a part of an old desk or something like that, or a wardrobe. I can't remember now, but that was definitely part of a wardrobe or an old piece of Victorian furniture. There was like a panel. There was one piece, and I saw it somewhere, and I thought.
So basically, what you're getting an antique, which is probably worth £1,000, and you're chopping it all up to make a SHOVEPENNY board, which is twice the value of it.
Well, exactly. That's right.
Because these are scarcer than antique furniture. So it's the most difficult part is going to be finding.
It's going to be finding. I think you need to do your research and find, but you can find old for reclamation companies that keep this sort of stuff.
So it could be found.
It could be found,
and it'll probably cost you.
It's going to cost a few. It's going to be not going to be cheap. But also the other thing I was going to say was that when you do find a piece of antique wood, it's already matured and aged, so it makes it even more stable. It's ideal.
It won't warp.
Because if you get new wood, you can get new mahogany of different types, but you can't guarantee that's not going to shrink or once you've planed it down. And it's
just show the back of that one there, just twist that one, the other side, the back side. because I put some braces.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
So I put some braces in.
And on this one as well,
Yeah.
you'll see there's a brace there to keep it flat.
Just to keep it
which
flat.
is the most important thing. Obviously,
Yeah.
you don't want it. The board needs to be as flat as possible.
Yeah.
To play the game properly.
So how does one prepare the board for a game? Once you've done all
Normally,
this,
when the
you've
board-
set it all out,
Yeah.
you've scored it, you've polished it.
Yeah.
Of
And
course,
you need to start using it.
you need to start using it. The one thing I must say, you don't use any polish, do you?
No polish at all. It needs the wood needs to be natural
Yeah.
and kept natural. And the way we do it is, in most pubs I've ever been in, it's cleaned with water.
Yeah.
Just clean water.
Is it warm water?
Just cold water. Cold water. Just a damp cloth.
Yeah.
Not too much water.
Yeah.
Just a damp cloth. Soak it slightly. Just lightly soaked. Let it dry naturally, and then buff it up with either a beer mat
Yeah.
or a piece of cardboard. And that's always seemed to work perfectly well.
Yeah. Finally, really, the last question is, how do you keep the board in good shape?
Well, in a pub environment,
It's,
it needs to be protected,
yeah.
obviously.
So make a
So I
cover.
would say it needs a cover
Yeah.
on it, a cover that fits nicely, that can't, and
Doesn't score it as well. Doesn't scratch it.
Yeah,
The
that's right.
underside of the cover won't scratch the board.
Well, no, obviously make sure that it's a proper cover that fits nicely, that goes over it, that sort of clamps over the top maybe or something like that. And make sure that, and also for the landlords, make sure that people don't use it. It should be used as a shoveboard and only a shoveboard.
Yeah, you can't use it as a. You can't
use it as a table.
Beer's supposed to go in you, not on the board.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
you're supposed to
right.
drink
Yeah,
the beer.
that's right.
That's also quite a good method of playing with the game, isn't it? A couple of pints of beer.
Well, yes. Yeah. Beer seems to go very well.
It lubricates the thumb.
It does. Yeah.
It does take a long time to actually master the game, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I think people underestimate the amount of skill involved in, and even we find even now people are fascinated by pub games because obviously culture's changed over time, especially pub culture.
But it's difficult to keep people's interest in the game because it's when they start playing, they don't get the results that they want.
That's right, yeah.
Because they don't play the pennies.
That's right, yeah. And the learning process is long.
But we'll keep that for another discussion down the pub, the intricacies of
Okay,
it.
yeah, that's right.
Well, thanks very much, Martin, for that. I think that's covered most of the information that I need. Thanks for that.
asking.
That's okay. See you at the board game soon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Jack Newick now to talk about the pennies. How they're made, what they are, just to explain all the different details about them. So Jack, how are you? You all
Yes,
right?
okay, thanks.
If we just start off with, for younger viewers, can we just say what the pennies are? Because
Right.
the new it's not the new decimal pennies, are they?
Well, the pennies we use for the game of SHOVEPENNY,
SHOVEPENNY.
SHOVEPENNY, are 3 decimal English pennies, predominantly. Other things can be used,
Show one of the coins.
but these are the typical old penny. This is a George V, and you can use more modern ones. But predominantly that's the coin that's used.
Yeah. Does the makeup of the coin, like the alloy, does that matter very much?
Well, some say it does, but some of the older coins are made with bronze, the very old ones, but more modern ones are made with copper, with an alloy of tin and zinc.
Yeah.
But it's all a bit academic because the predominant factor of how the pennies operate is how they're made,
Yeah. So that's the most important.
and how the shiny surface is true
Yeah.
all around the edges with no damage to the edge,
No bar or anything
no
like that.
burrs, and square right up to the edge.
Yeah.
And that's really what makes the difference.
And like, where do you get them from? Where would you get them? Antiques market?
Well, you can get English pennies fairly easily
Yeah.
online,
They're not expensive, are they?
or second-hand shops.
Yeah. So how do you take off one side, because one side is very, very shiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how do you do that? Would you do that?
Right. One way of making pennies I'm not saying it's the only way, but that's a modern pre-decimal penny.
Yeah. Both sides on
It's
it.
virtually a proof penny,
Yeah.
because it's a 1967, which was the latest year that they were produced.
Yeah.
And this is a jig,
Yeah.
which is made up from an old nut
Yeah.
with a recess cut in with a lathe to the exact size of the penny.
Yeah.
So the penny goes in there. Don't know if you can see that. Tight fit,
So it just leaves a little bit raised up.
and then you can, with an oil stone, like that, put that on there, and rub it up and down, and you get a nice oil stone with a fairly rough surface to start off with, and then use a smooth surface with oil
Yeah.
to get a really high polish,
Yeah.
and you have to do that for quite a long time
For a month of Sundays.
to get a good finish on.
Well, you have to have patience playing this game anyway, so you might as well start with the pennies.
But that's one way of making them.
Yeah.
There are others, more crude
Yeah.
methods.
What way was that? What was you mentioned some friend of yours did what?
Well, I had a friend who used to make pennies by putting them on a paving slab, putting his foot on that,
Yeah.
and rubbing it on the slab.
And they were expertly made, were they?
Needless to say, they didn't come out very well.
But whatever method you
But there probably are other ways.
Yeah.
Predominantly, if you can use a milling machine or a lathe to take the initial surface off,
Yeah.
very true,
Yeah.
then it cuts down the polishing
Afterwards.
to something reasonable.
Yeah. So do you have to use different stones, different grades of stone?
Well, yeah, it's best to use an oil stone with a dead flat surface,
Yeah.
and you can finish off with emery paper
Yeah.
on there
Yeah.
with that, and to finish off what they call powder paper,
Yeah.
flour emery, which
Yeah.
is very, very fine, just to finish off and get a very smooth.
Just let's see the smooth side. Let me see the smooth side of one of the coins that have already been done.
This is a very fine set of pennies.
So it's very shiny, very flat.
And they're very true, expertly made, not by me,
Oh, what the? Oh.
expertly made,
Yeah.
and we use those for many years in the local leagues.
Yeah. So this smooth side allows them to glide up the board more easily.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Whereas
Yeah.
if you hadn't have done that, they wouldn't,
Oh yeah,
it wouldn't work at
it's
all.
got to be as smooth
Smooth as possible.
and as true as possible.
Yeah. So when you have a set of pennies and they're all made the same, they're all from the same year, say, and they're
Yeah.
all made with the same jig, and they're all very much the same weight. What happens if you lose one and you have to replace it?
What happens to?
If you lose one and then you replace it with something that's either done by somebody else or is a different weight?
You
one?
use whatever penny you can find.
Yeah, and that's one of the beauties of the game, isn't it?
Well, it is, because I mean, you might think the idea is to get a perfect set of pennies like that, which are all more or less the same weight.
Well, some people do prefer that.
But some people may prefer that.
I don't myself, but
The majority of sets of pennies are not ideal.
yeah,
They're usually different in weight, different sorts of pennies, different years, like George or
yeah,
Elizabeth or
yeah.
even Victoria. So a good player, after a couple of
Decades.
will know which penny glides better
Yeah,
or sticks,
yeah,
or most importantly, the weight
yeah.
of each penny. In a case where they're not fairly equal, that you get a heavy penny, a not so heavy penny, a medium penny, a lighter penny, and a very light penny.
Yeah. That's a hairy sort of set of pennies, that is.
The idea is to know, by looking at those pennies, to know what they are, to pick them out, so that as you play the game, you will know that if you play up a heavy penny and it's just beyond the line and you want to get a penny in that bed, you pick the light penny, because the light penny will hit that and bounce back.
Bounce back, yeah. And that's just,
How far it bounces back is up to you to judge.
yes. But that is the beauty. That is one of the beauties
But
of
that's,
playing the game.
that's where the skill of the game
Yeah.
partially comes in.
Yes, it's playing the pennies, isn't it? Knowing different weights and how a light penny will bounce off a heavy penny, or if you play
Or vice versa.
it-
If you have to throw up a light penny first, and it's sort of there,
yeah,
then you pick a heavy penny in the hope that it'll go through enough, because it'll hit that penny and continue moving
yeah,
a little bit to go in the bed.
to go in the bed.
But that's where the skill of the game comes in.
Yeah, and it's also when you send up maybe you have 2 pennies already sent up, none of them are in, and you send up a 3rd penny, and in the hope of doing a cannon maybe,
Yeah.
so that you hit off two pennies. So you're playing the pennies on the board to get more in. It's not just a question
Yeah.
sending one up at a time, just hoping for the best.
Well, one of my favourite shots, which doesn't happen very often, is if you get 2 pennies there, and you want 2 in there and 1 in there, you hit a penny at an angle, hit that one, and finish like that.
Yeah.
You've got all 3
Got
bits.
3 pennies in. How often does that happen, Jack?
It has happened
It has,
to me to win a game,
Yeah.
but it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, it's a difficult skill to master, and that's what takes time, isn't it?
But that's where the skill of the game comes in.
Yeah.
Because every penny is a different weight, usually, not always, but usually. So you've got to decide
Yeah.
which penny to use, when to use it, to the benefit of getting as many in the bed as you can.
Yeah. And that was always the difficulty when you played it in a different pub with different pennies. That you
Well,
didn't.
this is where when you're playing in a league with several or even a dozen teams, when you play a home and away game, you play the away game, you may not know the pennies at all. So the idea is as soon as you've played one game, you've got an idea which penny is which.
You always look at your opponent and what he does as well.
But it's not always as simple as that.
No.
But the quicker you can learn the pennies
Yeah.
and what they do,
Yeah,
the more chance you've got of winning the game.
yeah. You're always playing a handicap on an away match, though, aren't you? Because the pennies are,
It is a handicap.
and sometimes they hide them. They never get them out for
Well,
if you're
that's
casually
right.
in the
I
pub.
mean, a home team has a definite advantage
Yeah.
always, because they nearly always know what the pennies are going to do.
Yeah, and the board, of
So,
course.
and the board. So you've got an initial advantage, which usually takes 2 or 3 games before the opposition catches up.
Not sure. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the pennies, Jack? Is
Gamesmanship, when you're playing in a league and it's quite tense, gamesmanship comes into it.
Yeah,
And one of my tricks when I used to play in the league was to leave a set of pennies on the board when the opposing team comes in. I perhaps shouldn't tell you this.
we play on the same team now.
The set of pennies I used to leave on the board were either too big or not very good.
Yeah,
So that the opposing team comes in, has a practice on the board, and then you start the game, and you say, "Oh, who left those on the board?" and bring out the proper set of pennies.
yeah, skullduggery. Anything to help. Every little helps.
And well, it does work sometimes.
There has been some funny occasions with games. But I think that's it, Jack. I think that's all we need to know about the pennies. Thanks very much for letting us
Yeah,
have your
well,
insight.
I don't think there's much more I can tell you about the pennies.
Right, we have Reg Chicken with us here today, and he's going to talk about the chalker, what the job of the chalker is. It's a complicated job, but I'll let Reg explain it all. So Reg, first question is, what is the chalker?
The chalker is the referee of the game,
Uh-huh.
and he decides whether the pennies are in or the pennies are out, or whatever any arguments are, and his decision is final.
His decision is final.
Yeah.
That's sacrosanct, is it?
Your best chalker has got to be decisive
Yeah.
and impartial.
Mm-hmm.
And it also helps to have good eyesight, which might entail wearing glasses.
You have an independent chalker, but if you haven't got one, what happens?
Well, if you're in a team playing in a league,
Yeah.
then there's no independent chalkers, so one person from the team has to chalk.
Right.
And actually, I don't know if this is everywhere, but certainly here, it's usually a player from the away team
Yeah.
that chalks.
What if it's just an ordinary friendly though?
Sorry?
What if it's just an ordinary friendly game?
Oh, you can chalk yourself if you want to, but that's probably pushing your impartiality a bit far.
But like if you have got an independent chalker, it's all the better, isn't it?
That would be much better, yeah.
And if you haven't, it's usually isn't it the first away, the first person that
Yeah. Whoever starts off usually chalks.
usually chalks. And so that's really their job, isn't it? It's just to make sure that to decide
Yeah.
which coins are in and which coins
Yeah.
are not in. So how does the chalker mark the coins? What's the process?
Well,
So if I was to send some pennies up, say that like that one there is definitely in, isn't it?
that one would definitely be in, yeah.
So with your decision, how close to the line would that have to be before it's?
Well, that would vary, but personally for me, I would want it to have a bit of wood, at least that size, so I can see from the line to the edge of the penny.
Yeah.
That there's probably what, an eighth of an inch.
Eighth of an inch, yeah.
Some people want more than that.
Me, like if I was chalking, I would want a little bit more, but that's
Yeah.
like I would say that's it. So it's really a fine thing. It's down to the individual,
it's
isn't
down
it?
to the individual. As long as he does the same for both players,
Yeah.
that's fine.
It's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, something like that there is not in. For most people.
I mean, I've seen chalkers that will chalk the penny when it's right on the line.
Yeah.
To me, that's shite.
Yeah. On the line, it's not in, and if it's close to the line,
Too close to the line,
too close.
it's not in.
Yeah.
And the chalker's decision will be final on
Yes.
that. No, it shouldn't be influenced by any of the players saying, oh, well, that looks into me.
Yes. Can a player question if he questions the chalker?
He can ask a chalker to have a look at the penny, but at the end of the day, it's the chalker that decide whether it's in or not the player.
So the player then has to go away with his tail between his legs if the decision is given against him.
That's correct, yeah.
What happens if the chalker makes a mistake though? What happens if
But, I mean, it's bound to happen now and again that you chalk one which, on reflection, you think, I shouldn't have chalked that one.
Yeah.
Personally, from my point of view, I would file that away and think I owe the other player one that's a bit tight at some stage in the game.
just to keep everybody sweet,
Yeah.
really? Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, how do you chalk? You've got the chalk.
I've got the chalk here.
So if a penny goes in like that, you just mark it.
Just give it one stripe like that.
Yeah. And then you've got to
Next
do.
one comes along.
Next one comes along, goes in,
You do two.
and then the third one.
Third one goes in, and then we cross
They
it.
just cross it like that. What happens then if this bed is now dead to the player on this side?
If that player gets any more,
If he gets another one in there, what
they'll
happens?
be giving them away to the one on the other side.
Just chop it in there.
So
you give it away.
gives that away.
That's one of the little rules of the game that.
The chalker's point of view, when he's doing that, he should just call the penny in.
Yeah.
He shouldn't mention that it's one away.
Yeah.
That player doesn't need it.
Because that's given an advantage, because the other player might not see, or the player might not see that he's given one away.
Yeah.
And it's not down to the choker to tell him, it's down to the player.
Down to the player to notice which beds his pennies are in.
Yeah.
If the player gets 3 in one bed in one go, we sometimes chalk it with a curly 3, which is called a seagull.
Which is called a seagull, and I think that's probably just local to the Hastings area where we have a lot of them.
Probably local, yeah.
But we don't get many of them seagulls, do we?
No. And if they get all 5 in one go, that's called a gold watch.
Yes. Well, not in the same bed though.
Oh no. They've got to be 5 counting for that player's score.
To get a
not any away.
Yeah. For a gold watch.
Yeah.
Last question, I think. At the end of the day, if there is a dispute between the choker, is violence justified?
Well, it could be, but
because there have been some disputes over the board.
There have been some in league games.
Yes.
A bit of animosity between teams where they believe that the chalking has not been correct.
Yeah.
And it has resulted in violence. But we shouldn't allow that to interfere with our drinking.
No, we shouldn't. At the end of the day, no matter who wins the fighting round, the chalker's going to be always right, isn't he?
Yeah.
His decision is final.
Chalker's right, and best to have an impartial chalker.
Yeah.
But when league happens, that might not be possible.
No. But unfortunately, because of the closure of all the pubs, there's not many leagues anymore, is there?
No.
It's this is why we're making this recording, because this film to show
Could
future generations
yeah.
what the game was all about, what a wonderful game it was, what a wonderful pub game it was.
Yeah.
So, and what about the end? Like, you know, if a penny doesn't reach the first line.
If the penny doesn't reach the first line, and by that I mean the same amount where I would chalk it in, if it doesn't reach that line, then they have it back.
But you have to say that. Yes. You can't
Say
just
to the player, you can take that one back.
Yeah.
And they play it until some or part of the penny has crossed that first line.
Yeah. And the far end?
At the top of the board, if the penny has gone over the top of the board, it's taken away.
Yeah.
But if it was within a distance of that line where I wouldn't chalk it in, then the penny stays there and could be played off.
Could be played off, yeah.
Until it's gone more than the chalking distance away from the line. Then it's taken away.
And basically, the chalker is not allowed to interfere with play. All he has to do is count them in. Tell the
Oh, that's all he's doing. He's telling them what's in and what's not in and marking it on the edge of the board after each turn.
And basically that's his job, just to make sure that he tells the player, so that the player knows that the coin is in.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, if it's not on the line, tell him that it's not in.
Yeah. Tell him it needs a tickle.
It needs a tickle, yeah. We've got loads of phrases which we'll be talking about. Some of them are a bit rude. All right, Rich. Thanks very much. Hello, I've got Ian Henderson with me tonight. He's going to show the techniques of the game. So what you should do, how you should play the pennies, how you shouldn't play the pennies, and what comes back and what goes through, and just generally a way of playing the game. So Ian, this is the board. So what do you do first of all when you first come to a board? You give it a clean.
Yes, if it hasn't been used for a while, then best way is a towel or wet cloth, hopefully hot water if you've got it, and then just rub the board with the grain up and down along the bottom, and then allow it to dry. Sometimes we fan it with beer mats just to dry it quicker, and then we use beer mats. That's the normal way, or a piece of cardboard similar to this. The beer mats...
Just varnish it up?
Yeah. Beer mats, we usually try and take off the surface because you get ink on some of them. Mm-hmm. And then just with the grain of the wood, we just move it up and down. This one's already been done, so I won't won't do it again. Just up and down, and you get a bit of a shiny surface to the wood, and it makes the pennies go up nicely. And as well, we clean the bottom of the pennies.
Clean the bottom of the pennies.
Yeah.
Yes. The shiny side of the
The
pennies.
shiny side, yeah. And then just rub them up and down on the beer mat or the cardboard. And then after that, usually just a dry hand rubbing up and down the board and rubbing the coins up in this direction, just up and down, just to get the pennies going freely up and down the board. And then it should be ready for playing.
And just to recap, these are pennies. These are the old pre-decimal pennies.
Yes.
They're larger than the halfpennies that most people used to play.
Yes.
The halfpenny board. This is a penny board.
Yes.
Very different.
Yeah.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
And the gaps between the lines.
That's right, yeah.
Much bigger.
In my opinion, halfpenny boards don't seem to play the same as penny boards. Penny boards, penny being heavier, you seem to have more control over the pennies, and
the
it
discs are bigger.
tends to be a more accurate game.
Yeah, the discs are bigger, and you've got.
Yes.
You can play the pennies much easier.
Yes, yeah.
And like the object of the game then is obviously, as we've mentioned before, is to get 3 in. There's 9 beds,
Yeah.
and so you get 3 in each one in any order.
Yes, that's right. It's better to start at the bottom, start down at the bottom bed and work your way up. But if a
Why is
penny, well, if a penny goes up here, you're not going to be able to get a penny back. So start at the bottom. If a penny does go a bit further than you plan, then you can always use another penny behind it to get the beds that you've missed.
And also there's a chance of a lucky one going in.
Yes, yeah.
They're always helpful, those lucky ones.
There is, yeah. It's a disadvantage to get 3 in one bed, especially if you've got the bed below and above empty, because as you're aiming for these 2 at a later stage, a penny could go in the bed that you've already filled up,
And then-
which means that's 1 penny away to the other
That's
side.
if they need it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So just like you have the pennies of different weights.
Yes, yeah.
So-
Out of this set of pennies, there are 3 which are very similar and 2 which are heavier. Difficult to tell which are the heavy ones and the light ones until you play the pennies up the board. The heavier ones tend to be thicker and the lighter ones thinner. But the difference being is that if you have a heavy penny, which is on the line or close to the line, playing another penny up wouldn't get that penny into the bed. But if you use a lighter penny, it would hit it and then bounce back.
Yeah. Do you want to illustrate that? Just to,
Yes, we'll have a go. Yeah.
So if you it's kind of on the line. It's not in. The chalker wouldn't regard that as in because it's on this line.
No, that would be out, and even further that way would be out.
Yeah, it's all down to the chalker, that, isn't it?
It
the chalker
is,
decides what's in and what. And
Yes,
different chalkers have different degrees of what's in and what
That's
isn't.
right.
It's
Yes.
it's quite
Yes.
obvious.
Yeah. It's different to every chalker, but as long as they do chalking on the same side, on both sides the same.
Consistency. Yeah.
Consistency is okay. But if we put this light penny onto a heavy penny, then hopefully it will bounce back.
Yeah. So
And it bounced back, and that one has gone into that bed, and that would be chalked.
And this one here.
This one here,
Because-
that's not in, but we can play on that again. But if I hit a light penny behind it, it's going to bounce back too far. So I could use a heavier penny, in which case it would stop behind it or maybe go on through. We'll see what happens. No.
Well.
Okay. It went in, but
It's a lucky penny, that.
it was a lucky penny.
Try it on this one again then.
Okay.
It's more or less the same. Yeah, there's a good example of a heavy penny playing on a heavy penny.
Yes.
Now, if do the opposite with if it was a light penny.
If we do the opposite, where there's a light penny which is in that position, and we play a heavy penny onto it, normally a penny of the same weight wouldn't go in because it would stop there, and that is against the line. But if we play a heavy penny, it would run through, or hopefully run through,
Yeah.
as that one has,
Yeah.
and that one would be in.
And this penny up here, now you've got what's called a lay,
Yeah,
and that there, you could try and hit that with another lighter penny.
yes. We could
Oh, that was a miss.
way out. Yeah. Another important aspect is that the shove penny board needs to be level. So if you're playing a competition game, a lot of people would have a spirit level in that direction and that direction,
Yeah.
and chalk it up with bits of cardboard either side just to level it up. So as the penny goes up, it goes in a straight line rather than curves off to the left or the right.
But I have played on boards where the wood itself isn't level, and
No.
the pennies do curve, and that's something you have to take into account as well.
That is, yeah. Very often on boards there's the grain of the wood, which on this board you can see the grain runs fairly straight there, and then you've got a bit of a knot here. But if you play across the grain there, the penny will go quite fast. If we try it. Not much of a tap, sends the penny up there quite fast. If we go across the grain, then it should be a little bit slower. Well, not in that case. Let's try
That's because it's a very good board.
Yeah, that's right. Across the middle here looks as though it's against the grain, so yes, it's a little bit slower on that part. Again, it does depend on the pennies and the board and how well it's been cleaned up.
Yeah. So as you progress through playing the 5 pennies, usually what a lot of people would do is send a heavy penny up first. But it's your own that's your own preference how you play the pennies if you know what they do, whether the light ones or the heavy ones.
Yeah.
So as you're progressing through sending coins up, some are going in, some are not going in. So when you get down to your last 2, you're usually given a choice to which ones to play that are not in. So
yes,
this is where the skill comes in.
It is, yeah. A penny like this, if you needed that, providing the bed wasn't full up, if you needed one in there, then the normal procedure would be to hit the penny on the side.
Yeah.
And what would happen is, depending on how hard you hit it, you would hit that on the side, that penny would go into the bed, and this one would fly up
Carry
here
on,
somewhere. So if it went in, then fine, then you'll move on to the next one. So the next penny going up would hit behind that one would go in, and this one would go up the board a bit further, and then you would normally chase the penny that's not in. So you've got 2 in, you leave that alone. The next penny would go up the side behind here. That one isn't in, but it's obscured by the other pennies, so there's no way that you
can't
can
really
hit that
get this
one.
last one.
No, that's right. So the last penny, you would have the choice of the whole board, and if you saw more gaps at the top, you'd hit it a bit harder, and if you needed them down the bottom, you'd hit it a lot softer. Yeah.
The strategy of the game, though, is also that if, for example, you had that one gone, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one gone, that one, that one, that one, that one. Just for instance, something like that.
Yeah.
It's difficult now because say the other person has just something, and this is just arbitrary, something like that. This is a problem.
Yes.
Can you explain why that might be a problem?
If
this is the player's side, this is the player's side.
Yes, yeah. If I was on the left-hand side and it was my shot, I'd be aware that this is empty, and it would be useful to get 1 or 2 chalks in here, if not 3, but 1 at least would be beneficial. The idea would be to put a penny up in that direction, so that hopefully stop there, so you'd have to be careful how you hit it, how hard you hit it, and then the next penny would go up and it would go in there.
However,
the other side also needs 2 in there, so the next shot,
for convenience, I'll just put an extra one in there.
The next shot, if it went a little bit slower and didn't reach the bed that I was aiming for, looking on the other side, I'm full up, so I would give one away.
Yeah.
So very important to knock that one out. Now you could do one of two things. You could try and hit it on the side, so that penny goes in there and that penny goes in there.
Which would be ideal.
It would be a great shot, yeah, but very difficult to do. Or you could just put another penny right up behind it and send that one up the board, and then place another penny behind it because you need that one in.
But there's also the other thing that because this is a difficult situation, and it does crop up in a lot of games. You do find that you've left a bed empty through
Yes.
no choice of your own. But
Yes.
the other thing is that if you hit that and that goes in, and then this knocks this one in there, that's going to be a difficult one to get out.
It is. It's going to be very difficult.
Because this person needs, you're full up here,
Yeah,
and because your opponent needs one in there,
yeah.
you have to give one away. So it's very important to try and get these.
Yes, it is, yeah. And in that situation, you have got the choice of knocking your one out and the opponent's one out. Or you could try and go in at a very difficult shot from the side and clip it on the edge.
Yeah.
But it's a shot that only experienced players would attempt.
Yeah. The other chance is that you could hit this penny up like that, and that might happen, and then you send your last penny up, and that goes in and knocks them two out.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
But that's all tactics. That's
It
all
is.
how you.
Every player plays slightly different.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different style. Some people like to go up the board and get two in each bed, or close to two. Some people like to start at the bottom, get three in this one, three in that one, three in that one. Everyone has a slightly different
But
way of playing.
strategically, I would prefer to get two in each one,
Yes, yes.
because then that gives you the opponent a headache.
It does.
If
yeah.
he's got beds filled up and
Yes.
he gets another one and he gives you one away.
Yes.
He gives one away.
Yes, yeah.
So strategically, it's good to get two in rather than four
Yes,
beds.
definitely.
And then once you get two in, once the board starts to fill up, you get lots of dead beds. You just move up.
Yes.
Slowly move up, and
That's right. Yes, yeah. A situation that can be very difficult is if you have an empty bed here and you have the top bed full up,
Oh yes.
and you're playing to fill this bed up. It's very difficult at that distance to be that accurate.
Yeah.
So any pennies up round here, if you get it wrong, they can go into the top ones.
Give one away.
And that's one or two away.
Yeah.
So that makes the game a bit more interesting to play. Yeah. Yes, generally speaking, you would start at the bottom and work your way up. But if a penny went in there and you were trying to get one in the next bed and it went a bit higher, it doesn't really matter because you'd still have pennies to back it up, and you could work your way up the board. The hardest one being at the top of the board.
And of course, once it goes over the top, it's dead.
Yes, yeah.
You know, it's the same distance. Whatever the chalker decides is in or out.
Yeah.
However close to the line, it's the same distance here.
That's right.
So-
yes. And that's the same on the side as well.
Oh, yeah.
There's a line that runs down that separates the chalk from the board. So the same there. And again, when you're playing the pennies, if it reaches the line, then the penny is gone.
But that's a chalker's
that is
decision.
a choice of the chalker. Yeah. But again, the same distance as if it was in. If you presume this bottom part here is a bed, then if that is in, then that would be allowed to be brought back.
Yeah. But again, chalker's decision.
It is, yeah.
I think that's more or less covers it, don't you? Can you
Yes.
think of anything else, Ian?
No, not specifically. No.
It's just that it's a beautiful game,
It is.
and it
certainly
takes
is,
it
yeah.
takes a little while to acquire the wherewithal and the knowledge
Yes.
to know
yes,
how to do it.
Yes.
And the
Many
other
years.
the other beauty of the game is that every board is different, and all pennies are different. It's not like darts.
No.
Where, you know, you get the same distance from the hockey, and you've got your own darts. And
That's right. Yeah.
this is all. It's very variable.
Yes. Yes.
So when you go to play different boards, you have to sort of grasp their
Yes,
pennies
yes.
and how the board works.
Yes, I consider a good SHOVEPENNY player someone that can adapt to different boards and different pennies and play well quickly, rather than play well on just one board and not any others.
Yeah, yeah. I think that covers everything here that we talk about. Right, well, thanks very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Yeah.
Done. Right, cheers, gentlemen.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah.
Yes. Good health.
Hey,
No broken
we're going to have a
glasses.
little discussion now about SHOVEPENNY. Where it started, where it's going, what's going to happen in the future with it. Probably nothing, it's on its last legs. But with that little introduction, here we go. Ian's going to start with telling us what he heard today. Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay. Well, I think the history of SHOVEPENNY is a bit hazy, but from what I understand, it goes back to Henry VIII's days when they had big banquets, and after the banquet,
Leeds Castle.
Yeah, but wasn't it called
It should
Shove
be.
Quote then?
yes, it could well have been. Yeah.
Is there a table in Leeds Castle that has?
I don't know.
There is.
Is there? Okay.
Big long table.
All right. Okay. I think they just cleared the food and everything off the tables, and they played a game where they pushed a disc, metal disc, from one end of the table to the other. The object being to stop near the end of the table without falling off the end. So the person that got it.
Was that the person or the disc?
Discs, yeah.
Wasn't that
I'm sure.
shuffleboard?
Yeah, I think it could have been. Yeah, I think that evolved after the banqueting tables. I'm sure a lot of wine was consumed at these occasions. But then we went on to what Jack said, the shuffleboard, which was a smaller version of it. And then I think pubs probably adopted the idea and reduced the size so that it was manageable in the pubs. And formed Shove Ha'penny, which was played down in the West Country, Hampshire, Devon, Cornwall, that area. And then the much better game of SHOVEPENNY evolved.
Much better, yeah.
Yeah, which gave you much more control over the pennies and became a more skillful game.
So what period was the shuffleboard?
I think that was, I believe the Shove Ha'penny came about back in the 1850s.
Yeah.
So I think the shuffleboard was before there, before that date.
You see shuffleboard in North America?
Yes, yeah, I've seen that in Canada.
Tables in bars, and they put like a solid fruit on the top.
Yeah,
There's air holes go through it.
yeah.
But the change from Shove Ha'penny to SHOVEPENNY was a little bit vague. I mean, I can't seem to track any history of it whatsoever.
No, nor me.
Well, I think it's a local thing.
I think it's a local thing, yeah.
Where, because this is a seaside town and all the tourists come down from London, the locals said, we're not playing with bloody hippies, we're playing with pennies. We're much better off down here. You cheap lot coming down there.
This is not the only place where they shut down. Let me say.
Well, where are you from?
I think they play pennies up north, I think.
I've seen it played in Stamford, in Rutland.
Right.
That's the only place I've seen SHOVEPENNY.
Yeah.
And it's gone now because I've been back to Stamford a couple of times and I've never seen it since. It was back in the 80s when they had a league up there in the pubs. And that was SHOVEPENNY, which surprised me.
Yeah, most of it is Shove Ha'penny. We're superior.
We are superior. So what are your anecdotes then you got?
Oh, I just had some old phrases from the past. I seem to remember from the 70s when at the time when you had to come in on a Sunday lunchtime and get in early to chalk your name up under about 15 other people. When in doubt, pardon. Which, and sometimes it was, in the old times, it's not doubt, they said date. When in date, pardon. Which was one.
That's going to be another hiccup from the
Another
phone.
good one. Hit it up the chuff mush. I seem to remember.
Yeah.
We said quite a lot. Come away, your mother will kill you. Back it up, old young'un. Old young'un being a old town. Take your lay.
Yeah.
They've all got very erotic terms, these, aren't they?
Give it a tickle.
Yeah.
That was more a slap than a tickle.
More modern is a more modern one, I think. Is nice grooving. I've seen Waffer used to say that. Lovely grooving. Lovely grooving, nice grooving. And I've got a very Obi phrase. We all remember dear Obi. He used to say, "You're allowed to swear." whenever you seem to be playing particularly well, you're knocking up well. Knock up fucking Billy. I remember you used to say on the Sunday night, I used to laugh at that one.
Yeah. Oh well,
Make it reach. This is like
make it reach is a common one.
No legs.
Yeah.
No legs.
No legs.
No legs.
No legs.
Siddle it, which is like tickling it on the side. Yeah.
But they're all very erotic, aren't they? They're all very sort of sexual terms, aren't they?
They get right up behind it.
Well, I'll be that.
You don't get that with darts, do you? No.
But it was hilarious.
Yeah. Remember the rows if you had a bad choker, the choker didn't quite know what he was doing, or was biased. Like I do remember a couple of games being biased, the choker being biased, and flare-ups would happen.
Yeah. It was always best when you were playing in the league to have at least one of your other team members watching your game to put a bit of pressure on the talker.
Yeah, it was that time up the North Star, wasn't it, when they nearly came to blows. And then you had a big row, didn't you? In the other row.
What was that?
You were on crutches.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that was. Yes, I remember him. Yes.
Tony Randall, was it?
No, it was Bertha Brown. Yeah, Bertha Brown. Yeah.
Great.
I don't think he's around anymore, is he?
He was going to beat the shit out of you.
He was. Yeah. Well, how that came about was I played my shot, and then I went to the toilet, and someone my opposition.
On your crutches.
Yes, I was on crutches. Yeah, my opposition. Took their shot, and when I got back from the toilet, I asked the talker, who was Bertha Brown, how many he got in. And he didn't realise that I'd left and come back. He thought I was watching it, and he took umbrage to that and started throwing chalk at me and then punches afterwards. I defended myself with my crutch. Yeah.
Serious about it.
Was this a league match?
It was, yeah. It was.
Leave something to posterity.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because it's such a wonderful game, and it's a shame that the youngins haven't taken. Like, the pubs have changed. Everything's changed around the culture of pubs, and they're not. Nobody's playing. There isn't even a dartboard.
Well, that's the trouble. Most pubs now don't have a dartboard in them, and certainly don't have a shovel.
You don't see people playing cribs. You don't see people playing any games.
Dominoes or anything.
No.
All these games.
So shove is going the same way, and shove, I think, is the queen of pub games.
Yeah.
We'll give darts the king because it's darts,
Yeah.
But shove is definitely one of the best games of pub games.
It's funny how darts, took off really in the shove never did.
No,
But you could change all that.
you could put it in.
This could be.
With the technology, you could have little cameras on each penny, couldn't you? So as you set them up, the camera would be
Obviously, depending how many hits this has, this could go global.
You could have sensors on them across the board.
No.
And then one in the penny, and it would have to judge that it was just enough away from the.
You're taking away the job of the chocolate. We don't want any of them they can shove in and you get them bloody bits of metal coming out.
Unfortunately, we're moving into something different
This would
now.
be something totally different.
No, I think we're blending into football now with VAR.
Yeah, VAR, no, we need the chocolate.
Yeah. And that is interesting. You made a good point about chalking. It's as important. In the day, I think, because even now I've noticed when the young guys have come in, they find it. Was it Jaden, Savvy's boyfriend, came and he was a good player. He found it very. They do find it intimidating chalking.
Oh, because
because of it's just the nuance of the distance away from it's your perception what you think is in and out. They don't. That's the hardest thing to understand. They said, well, it's not touching the line, so it's in. It's not quite like that.
No, because you want them more in, don't you?
Yeah, you've got your
have to be definitely
distance that you want.
That's because we like to think we're very good players.
Well, that's right.
And that's
Yeah,
what-
we tried to say the joke here, like, did we say like 2 millimetres minimum?
Yeah.
You know,
Anyway,
you know.
I'm a deep chalker, like I like them. Because you lot have been playing man and boy, you lot, and I think you should have them right in the centre. Every time, because you know, you're experts.
Yeah. Well, what's the biggest one of this walking? When the chalker is inconsistent. That's one of the worst.
That's when the rows start.
That's when the rows.
But the rows are all.
And that's why they always used to take the side back in the day.
But having a look about it, I know the chalker is always right, and you can't question it, but we do.
That's right. Which is
I
okay.
think the halfpenny game, they're so light that you can't get proper contact with the pennies. So you hit them up there and you hit another penny, and it doesn't really move. Whereas the penny being heavier, when you hit it, it moves further and there seems to be more control of it. Only my opinion.
This is something funny that came to mind. Was the one in the Prince of Wales, the with the extra bed.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Then he went used to play.
Did you play that?
I played on that when they were 10-bed ball, but they were playing it in the league, which only had 9 beds, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was very confused.
We went round one night and I was the first on from the red team. I was the first to play and I sent a few pennies up in my first goal and I got one in the top bed and she didn't chalk it. And I said, what about that one? And I said, oh, well, that's a pen bed. What do you mean you can't? And nobody recognised that there were 10 beds on.
I think the guy making the boards is thinking he like room can. He was just too evil.
And then it dawned on us and we all went, what the fuck?
We haven't mentioned anything about slate boards, have we?
No. Well, I played on a skateboard up in Cheshire or somewhere up that way. But
Yeah.
Well,
We had several round Hastings.
Yeah, there was one or two really
One up
good
Battle Road, wasn't there? The first pub up there. Yeah.
But they're based they're all based on the hip, you know.
There was some.
Yeah, in a way, but they were always used with French chalk and a heater underneath. Yeah. Because slate, I suppose, absorbs moisture and slows the board down.
Well,
So it always had to be hot.
Had to be heated up.
And if anyone opened the door,
Well,
and the draft came
my
through,
friend Malcolm,
go dead. Yeah.
my friend Malcolm, who you probably remember, he built a slate board, and because they always have to be warm, he embedded a heating core underneath it.
Oh, right. What, electrical?
Well, actually drew.
Yeah. He actually made this with an embedded heating core underneath it.
God, there's commitment.
And it was like, when he plugged it in, after 5 or 10 minutes, it was like a mayday.
On the winter's night, everyone will
Put my hand on it.
chestnuts.
Oh, we never won anything. It used to be,
And we can't go in there to Sam.
Really close.
Chocolate is here.
seen that trick before.
Right, you're first of all, Jack.
So who's on this side?
Have I got a smile or not?
You're going to say which side you want to be.
Jack Ryan. If you could all stand around this way.
It's been a while, isn't it?
This side of it.
You did, and I didn't have a chance. They took them off you. No, it wasn't that one. It was that one.
Shot in.
I like them. Unlucky for them.
Yeah, well, it hasn't down here, but that's everywhere else. No, it's right. It's such an easy game. It's not an easy game. No, not easy. Yeah, easy game to play, but hard game.
I'll make sure that one.
It mustn't be on the lines.
In between them.
It could be in between the lines.
No, two.
I was playing the wrong side there.
That one in there on that.
Yes, I can jump.
That's been wonderful to put them in the floor.
One.
And then you can have these and take it down. You have to put it in you have to put it
The other person, we've all got three, both at the same side, and it does well, that's what I do. There's nothing gets well. It's quite simple.
I don't know how to play it.
And then you play it.
Next time you're in Jack.
You join us.
You know with the coffin store?
Close that was.
Shocking. Just stop. They just dead end. They take a
Tied out.
That's Tim Martin. Thanks, Penny. Tommy son.
Yeah. Wanderers Road, St Mary's Road, yeah, and we went to the hill. Yeah, because the plumbers were going to... They will go round that way, then there's... 2 feet.
You have to turn this lock screen off, Paddy. It's locked itself again.
So
you have to.
They've got all those big pennies. It's like it's a bit close. It's not like
Getting on well, hopefully. It would be nice to get one in there. Yeah.
One. Well done. Someone should be filming this. 2.
Oh, yes. Oh. There you go. Got over to the back lady sings, Martin, but I think we're on our way to winning this. Yeah, early days. Too good.
Oh, it's too tight.
About time to get nothing with that. Yeah.
That's too tight. Right. Look, I'm smidgen more out of that.
I think went in, didn't it?
See you again.
Yes, I'll try the rest.
We're in the bed, where's it going?
Yeah. Very nice.
Who said you won, Jack?
I'm not taking sides.
Sandy's only half sad.
Yeah, last time.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. No.
Oh, knock it out.
Oh, that didn't
Oh,
I was looking at the other side thinking that
Yeah, that was close, wasn't it? So you bite off. He's got two and one.
Two over there, yeah.
Oh, good.
One apiece, sir.
Not much in it,
Oh, it's fucked up.
one.
Can't give the last one away.
No, you can't.
That's a definite.
That's all I know is like this. That's it.
Gave so
Yeah.
much.
Good guidance. Good guidance.
How did we lose that penny?
I've no idea, but we did.
I think it was that should have been
Is that it?
That's it, yeah. That's all we need, I think. One game, isn't it?
So what's this for?
For posterity.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if you won a game.
It would have been nice.
It would have been nice if we had one, yeah, but we only need one game to show how it's played. And they my big mouth, of course.
That gave a good.
Cheers. Thank you.
And I got a very Obi phrase. We all remember dear Obi. He used to say, "You're allowed to swear." whenever you seem to be playing particularly well, you're knocking up well. Knock up fucking Billy. I remember he used to say on the Sunday night, I think I used to laugh at that one.
Yeah.